Right, so welcome to Pavlov Tricks and Tips 2. I'm going to keep this video a lot shorter than the last one. So in the first tip, I mentioned it in the last video, switching between auto and semi-auto you can do on the fly, and I suggest you do it when you switch from a close area, close angles, to a long area of long angles, and vice versa. You can just tap the button as you round the corner, easy peasy. Second tip,
Anyone got a kit?
classic Counter-Strike stuff. Don't be a loser.
We're fucked, just run.
Buy a diffuser. You've got to press 8 buttons to defuse the bomb as a CT, and look at the code and try and tap that in. And if someone's still alive, that's going to be a nightmare. So if you just buy the kit, you pull out the tweezers or the little snips and you just snip the 3 wires. It takes seconds. While on the subject of the bomb, you can arm and disarm the bomb with a gun in your hand. So you could fake a defuse if you don't have a kit. Just press a few buttons and then already be looking around, trying to see where the enemies are and see if you can pop them off before they get you. I don't think a whole lot of people know this. I see a lot of people put their gun away before they start defusing, but I'd have a pistol in your hand or use your offhand while holding a rifle, and you can be ready to fire and not get caught with your pants down trying to defuse with nothing in your hand. If you want to plant quickly, as you're running to the site, press 1 button on the bomb every few seconds. By the time you get to the site, you'll only need to press 1 and run up and plant. Another tip, fake flashes. I'm not really sure how advanced the Pavlov community is, and you can't really turn from flashes, but using a magazine as a fake nade might fake the enemy out, make them drop off the angle or like go to cover when you want to advance. So you can throw a magazine like you're throwing a flash and step out instantly and try and get that kill while they're off guard trying to get away. Might not work because I reckon most people just tank flashes in this game, but it's worth a try. Spray patterns I also mentioned in the last video. Just try and learn to spray. Like, I know this clip is with a group of bots and they're all close together, but just spraying them all down is like, if I just held the trigger without trying to correct spray, I wouldn't have got them all. So just learn the spray pattern, even if you just only kind of learn it. When you're firing a pistol, or any gun for that matter, when you know you're about to reload, just preemptively drop your hand, grab a mag, and then the moment you drop the mag, you can just slot the next one back in and carry on shooting. And that links into another tip from last video, was counting your shots and knowing how much you have left. So when you're nearly done, just be ready to just whack another in, and then you won't have to cock it. Just carry on shooting. And then this also is practice your speed reloads, like how quickly you can reload. Obviously, the faster you reload, the better your chance of survival. Learn to shoot your pistol or sidearm of choice in your offhand, one-handed. This works best with sniper rifles or rifles that shoot one shot at a time, especially powerful ones. You take the shot and get the hit. Rather than racking the bolt or reloading, it may be more effective to switch to your pistol, which can shoot more rapidly. To do this, it's quickest to just take your front hand or offhand off the gun, grab your pistol, and then start shooting. Ideally, you'd take your hand off the pistol grip and then use your dominant hand with your rifle in the offhand, but it doesn't work. Anytime you take your trigger hand off and then try to grab your pistol, the rifle just magnets itself to your hand. They're supposed to fix this apparently in the future, but when they do that, I don't know. Blind firing is pretty meta. Like, it works. Bridge is such an obvious example of that. Like I mentioned blind firing in the last episode, but I was talking about like pre-firing corners. So like before you go around the corner, if you think there's someone there, just shoot, and you might hit them. Like in my example, I shot and then ran around the corner even though I heard the hit, and I paid the price for it, but it's still worth doing. But then in on bridge, all the cover is low level, so you crouch behind it. If you've got the bomb planted, or even if not, just blind fire it over the cover, over the sandbags, just getting hits or even kills. Like, it just works. Like, it's good. On the subject of bridge as a map, it's a good place for the next tip to practice your nade throws. Bridge is the most important map for utility in regards to flashes, smokes, and maybe even nades, because it's so open. You have to smoke to plant, basically, and you have to smoke to defuse. So it's a good place to be practicing your nade throws, which are good to practice. And on the subject of throwing nades, a good way to throw the nades, in my opinion, at the start of the round, grab the nade in your offhand, pull the pin, and then pull out your rifle in your main hand. And the moment you've thrown it, you can already be ready to shoot, rather than having it in your main hand and then throwing it, grabbing the gun off your back, and then being ready to shoot. It's just a little bit quicker. I think that's all I've got for this one. 10 minutes, cut that right down. Tasty.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, shit.